come in. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come in. Y'all come in. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is in your country. Under your especially y'all, happy first Sunday. It's the first Sunday of February, and y'all made it, and y'all here. Okay, a lot of people didn't make it to see this day. Okay, let's get into the Kansas City Chiefs fan. Y'all, do y'all know the other two men were found on the ground, and one was in a chair? Let's talk about it. Let's listen to this. And then we're going to talk about it, okay?
I was able to get this from the public access road, public land, able to see into that backyard and shoot this video. And when you take a look at it closely, there's one thing in particular I want to point out, and that's actually the lawn chairs, right? We know from David Harrington's family that Harrington was found in that lawn chair. The other two men's bodies actually laying down on the ground. But look, you can...
Y'all hear that? For them two men allegedly laying down on the ground like that, y'all, somebody put them. See something, Jordan did something to them men. Who else was in that house? I guarantee we gonna come up with another person in this house with Jordan. I guarantee we are. Because you got one in the chair and two on the ground. Jordan alive. This the chair that one of the dudes was sitting in with his jacket off. And the other two just laying on the ground, y'all. Now, we know what fentanyl can do to you. We know what it can do to you. We know it. Okay. What made three individuals overdose? What made these three men's body end up in his backyard? And he didn't end up in the backyard with them. See, y'all, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about why is my company outside in my backyard unalive? Hallelujah. We got to get to this. When they left, the survivor said when he left at 2, all three men was alive. They was watching Jeopardy. They not even thinking about their family. It's somebody in that house, and Jordan not talking. I don't care if they if the what the substance did to them. We understand that. We not disputing that. We know that can happen. We're disputing that you got a patio door right there. You said you walk your company to the front door. But they end up in your backyard. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, Jordan. You are the chemist. You the chemist. You're they know who you are. They trusted you. But they didn't know they weren't gonna go home to their family. You got Jordan, one of the guys. Come on now. Y'all, he got the blinds open right here. That's where the dogs come in and out. When did he go get his dogs? Okay, you got one sitting in his chair right here. You got two on the ground. We're not disputing that they respiratory, they couldn't breathe. We can understand that they could have froze after trying to cool off or whatever. But my thing is, you got three married men, a boyfriend, And the family was in denial because you know you can hide stuff from your family and they don't know. The three that you brought with them, that you brought to the house, didn't go back home. Neither one of them. Neither one of them lived to tell the truth. So I'm gonna allegedly say that something else was dropped inside that in that feminine, something else added into that messed them dudes system up, and Jordan need to come out and tell the truth. Jordan stuck them Jordan stuck them bodies laying on the ground, y'all. It's tripping me out. Listen to this.
You can see when I zoom in on this video, the two lawn chairs sitting right there on the patio, right? So that gives us some perspective of how David Harrington's body was found. I was
Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, okay. I got to let it start. But let me see some. Oh, I just figured something out, y'all. Did I just say? Didn't I just say somebody else was in that house? The only reason why they didn't say it, but I'm saying somebody else is in this who was in that house. And the only reason why I'm saying it, I'm going to show y'all the only reason why I said it. Watch this.
I was able to get this from the public access road, public land, able to see into that backyard and shoot this video. And when you take a look at it closely, there's one thing in particular I want to point out.
Now, look at this backyard. How many chairs do you see? You see 2 chairs. It either that's a roommate chair, that extra chair. The way that your chairs separated, it seemed like it's a roommate, unless they came out there and moved it. But there are still 2 chairs in that backyard. Okay. I got chairs on my back porch because I know my children gonna sit in. Why he got 2 chairs back there instead of a lot of chairs back there for his company? Usually when you don't bring out all your chairs when you have company. So I'm saying an extra person was in that house. And y'all gonna hear it from me first. I'm saying that in that big house is somebody extra in that house. I got another thing. Did one of the friends know something that the other friend didn't know? Hey, baby. Hey, good morning, y'all. Okay, good. Thank you, YouTube. Y'all, hey, Shelly. Okay, and I want to say hello to everyone who watching. Please smash that like button. Okay, I'm going to say this. There are 2 chairs giving me that somebody else live in that house. And it giving me that it's somebody, it seemed like they were held hostage to me. To me, it seemed like they were held hostage. Just because that's their school friend don't mean that he the good boy. He's good. He could be jealous of them. Somebody can owe them money. They sitting there watching Jeopardy after the game. The guy said that the guy who left, who survived, he's alive. Jordan alive. And then the friend's gone. He said when he left, the dudes was alive. My thing is when he left, why didn't they leave to go home? Why you gonna stay over somebody else's house, y'all? Make it make sense. Why is I gonna stay over somebody else's house and watch Jeopardy? At 2 a.m. in the morning, I know I'm supposed to be at home with my family. Let's make it make sense. Let's look at this.
And that's actually the lawn chairs, right? We know from David Harrington's family that Harrington was found right there in that lawn chair. The other 2 men's bodies actually laying down on the ground. But look, you can...
The other 2 bodies laying on the ground? Who put them bodies out there? I'm going to tell you. Whatever Jordan gave them, it didn't work for them. He put them out there in that house, and him and somebody else put them out there and them outside. Y'all got to get out of here. Ain't nobody about to be. Police ain't gonna come and find nobody's in my house. Let me get these bodies out of my house, allegedly. Let's get out of here. Get them out of my house. We got to get them in the backyard. Cause two on the ground and one in the chair. How many times has this happened here at this house? Only thing he had to do was call the ambulance and save the men's lives. Why was that? What is this man got a issue? This man right here, Jordan, got some issues because he lied. If he walked them to the front door, then why they in the backyard? Come on, man, nobody's stupid. Even the mother, one of the sisters, we're gonna hear, not the sister, we're gonna hear from the girlfriend. She was in denial. She was shocked that her boyfriend was using. They might not have been used. It seemed like somebody behind this, y'all. And it seemed like, because if they trusted him, why did he do this to them? Why is he treating his friends like this? Y'all got to be honest about that. We know what fentanyl and all of that drugs do to you, but it can be we know it can take you out like that, but the way it took 3 people that came together, what was it about them 3? What did y'all do? Was they robbed? Was they set up in that house? Who else was in that house with Jordan and left? And that's what the 5th man said when he left. They were watching Jeopardy. How we know the 5th man being honest? He could have been the one helping him put him outside. Y'all, we ain't no dumb humans now. We keep it real over here on this channel. Let's listen to this.
See, when I zoom in on this video, the 2 lawn chairs sitting right there on the patio, right? So that gives us some perspective of how David Harrington's body was found.
I was thinking about this. That's the kitchen window up high. Those chairs, one of them is kind of below the kitchen window and out of the view of that door, right? That white door.
That's right.
So if he was dead in that chair, you could definitely say you didn't see him out the kitchen window, you didn't see him out that white door, you didn't see him out the 2 windows to the left. You should have seen him out of the sliders.
That's right.
Except there's a curtain rod.
I was able to get this from the public access road, public land.
I tell you what.
That backyard and shoot this video. And when you take a look at it closely,
if this man, let me tell y'all something. If this, see, we've been right the whole time, real deal. But if this man, let's put it like this. Let's get him the benefit of the doubt, okay? Let's get him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he didn't look out this door. Let's say he didn't look out the patio door. Let's say that he didn't look out the window. You are talking about 2-3 days. You're not talking about 1 day. Where was those dogs? They got a little splash thing right there. They go in and out that snow. They go in and out that house. That man got windows all over that house. And it's a beautiful day outside with the snow. The snow melting. You like to see and stuff like that. And you gonna tell me that he went in there and fried some chicken or fried some mashed potato. Now I ain't gonna say mashed potato, some broccoli. He didn't eat none of these days. He went in the kitchen and got that wine. He had that wine. Ooh, Jesus. Let me let y'all hear her. Let's listen to this one more time, and then we're going to hear what the girlfriend said. Because now the girlfriend heard about this. Listen, y'all. Let's listen to this all the way through, and then we're going to go to the girlfriend. I already told y'all the family was in denial because they always in denial of their loved ones. because their children see this.
And that's actually the lawn chairs, right? We know from David Harrington's family that Harrington was found right there in that lawn chair. The other two men's bodies actually laying down on the ground. But look, you can see when I zoom in on this video, the two lawn chairs sitting right there on the patio, right? So that gives us some perspective of how David Harrington's body was found.
I was thinking about this. That's the kitchen window up high. Those chairs, one of them is kind of below the kitchen window and out of the view of that door, right? That white door. So if he was dead in that chair, you could definitely say you didn't see him out the kitchen window, you didn't see him out that white door, you didn't see him out the two windows to the left. You should have seen him out of the sliders, right? Except there's a curtain rod.
Okay. Let's go up to her. Wait, not her. Not her. Hold on, yeah. Not her. Hold up.
These are the families. They had lives, full lives.
I think it's this
One
one.
of them doesn't even have a jacket on, frozen solid in the backyard. The attorney for Jordan Willis, who was the guy whose house they were at, says through his lawyer, he certainly had nothing to do with it. What do you want people to know about what is so heavy on your heart?
David wasn't a drug addict like they're talking about. I get to look at all the crap that's not true.
Okay. See what I mean? The family gonna be in denial. Then because the family gonna be in denial because it's somebody that they love, and you will never think that it don't happen to every woman or man. They love one. I'm straighten up for the guy home. And it wasn't supposed, but maybe it was supposed to have went like this. Now she trying to say that, oh, everything that they saying is untrue. It did, and it happened. Now, what made it happen? One of them friends, let me let her finish. Let me let her finish.
And it hurts because that's not him. To have all this dead in the backyard, the guys and drugs, and I'm like, no. So
But that's where they found your husband. That's where they found your husband. Everything she's saying that's happened to y'all, the men's. That's what happened to the three friends. They was in the backyard. People were true. They was in the backyard and they was under the influence. It was true, ma'am. It was true. And I just can't believe it. These people saying it. And it came out true. It came out true. That's what happened, ma'am. Let's finish.
actually didn't believe it and didn't believe it until I actually physically saw David. Like, I truly did not believe everything that they were talking about was real.
Listen. Now I can't believe that everything that he was talking about was real. Why would we make up something? Why would people just sit up here and say, I don't took this whole thing around from my job, from all the way around to this here, and that's all I kept coming up was substances was involved. And that's what happened. Maybe they weren't addicts, y'all. Maybe they just users. And something trickled that the action involved whatever they did. They not addicts, okay? That's what it see. They just party. You know how you just use a little bit for partying, like Jordan did. Like Jordan and the other friend did. They did it for like a party favor. You know, hey, let's go. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. They used to that. But the chemist had to do something unusual to that situation to make it trigger the way it did. He did something to that. He gonna lay there on the sofa to make it be an excuse, put that mud thing in his it bug in his put some in his ear, had the ceiling fan on. He didn't do as much as they did. It was a lethal amount. And when it's a lethal amount, you talk about your respiratory system. You talk about your important system that you're supposed to take care of. Couldn't handle no more. Okay? Something else was in there. Something else was allegedly laced inside that fentanyl. And they weren't aware of it. See, the friends wasn't aware of this. Why would you do your friends like that? 5 men, 3 gone. The 3 that came together. If I do one, I got to do the rest of them. Why did this happen to 3 men? Not it didn't have to happen to one of the guys. All 3 of them, y'all. All 3 of them. Let me let her finish telling her little story.
Because that's not who I know. That's not who my kids know. So whatever happened, David was murdered. Those 3 guys were murdered.
These are the men.
Okay. Now see, I'm gonna get to that.
They wound up dead.
Oh, now we want to say they were murdered. But at first y'all was saying they wasn't on nothing. They didn't do nothing. I don't believe it. People need to start saying it. now it's they was murdered. I'm not about to say they were murdered until I finish getting some more answers. Now I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say they was murdered. I don't know these 3 guys. I don't know them. And then a lot of things, like we were saying at first, denial and a lot of families have zero knowledge. They don't know. They don't know that their family member doing this. And it's gonna shock them. They're gonna feel like this. We don't know these guys in real life, real time.
Jacket on, frozen solid in the backyard. The attorney for Jordan Willis, who was the guy whose house they were at, says through his lawyer, he certainly had nothing to do with it. What do you want people to know about what is so heavy on your heart?
David wasn't a drug addict like they're talking about. I get to look at all the crap that's not true about him, and it hurts because that's not him. To have all this dead in the backyard, the guys and drugs, and I'm like, no. So I actually didn't believe it, and didn't believe it until I actually physically saw David. Like, I truly did not believe everything that they were talking
You know what,
about.
y'all? She the only one saw them bodies. She the only one saw them bodies, y'all. 2 laying down in the snow, and the other one sitting in a chair. Why did he put his friend? Okay, he know them, but he was closer to one of them. It seemed like that the way she talking, they were set up. The 2 friends. See, it just make me think that one of the friends know more than the other friends. You gonna always take a designated driver. I'm gonna. This one's supposed to go this way. This one's supposed to go this way. To me, that's what it sounds like. It's just we just kicking it. We just having a party, and party, little party fun. Something else happened.
That was real, because that's not who I know. That's not who my kids know. So whatever happened, David was murdered. Those 3 guys were murdered.
These are the men. These are the families, lives, full lives. They wound up dead. One of
Ooh,
them.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what this is crazy. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to here. Let's go back to the backyard. I want to
closely, there's one thing in particular I want to point out, and that's actually the lawn chairs, right? We know.
Okay. I still, I'm trying to, my mind, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. See. Why these guys not at their family, y'all? Why? Let's say that. I didn't want to use the word why, but why is a question. I wanted to use what? Why? Okay, I got some why, what, and how. Why aren't these guys at home with their families? If they didn't want their wives to know where they were, or their moms and stuff know where they were, then they wouldn't know where they were. Okay, they wasn't trying to hide nothing. Listen to what I just said, people. Listen to what I just said. Why isn't these guys at home with their families? They told their family where they was going. So that means that they didn't have nothing to hide. If I'm right or wrong, I don't like to be misread. I just want to get help family. I like to help people. I just like I like to think. I'm a critical thinker. If those men was intended to go over there and overdo something, they would have never told their wives and family where they were. Who wants their wife to come in and catch them doing something? There you go, Lanita. Make it make sense for these people. I say it again. Why isn't these men at home with their families? And I'm going to say this. What happened in that house? And I'm going to say this. And how did this happen to those men in that backyard? If those men, I'm going to go back to why those men not at home. Let me tell you something. Why? Because they was made to stay there. They was supposed to stay there. They was forced to stay there. Jealousy. They are men that doing good. They are men that straighten their lives up. But you can't not straighten your life up and then go back around them same people. Just because you don't straighten up don't mean that your high school friends straighten up. Why would 3 men overdo it? And when they got beautiful family and kids at home. This wasn't supposed to happen. What happened in that big old house? What happened in that house? Who all stay in that house? Who else was visiting that house? You got three people rolled together, gone. 2 alive. When one left, he said they was watching Jeopardy. This ain't sounding right for me. Because I know that the party is over and I need 2 o'clock a.m. My wife, no, I ain't going to stay out here at no 2 a.m. in the morning. That woman came out there, the one who was talking came and got her husband, and she found her husband in that condition because it wasn't supposed to happen. And if those are his best friends, why we keep running into cases where the best friend is not being honest with what and truthful or what happened to their own friends. The other man went home to his wife. But you got 3 family men then go home to their wife. Why did they experience on them? It don't sound like them men were addicts. They could have been users, but they weren't on addicts to me. They just want to have a little party fun. And then they couldn't breathe. No more. They couldn't breathe. How can a homeowner? I already done looked out my backyard. Even if you go near a window, you're gonna peek. You're gonna look, unless you are hiding something inside of your home that you don't want nobody to know about. Them police did not investigate that house when they came. They could have smelled something. They could have saw something. I don't think they did a thorough investigation because he looked intelligent. He looked like a good old boy. They could have easily walked through that house to look for somebody else. I guarantee you they were scared to go in that house. They didn't go in that house. They ain't go in that house. Somebody else was in that house. And that person is the person who said when he left at 2, they was alive. I don't believe that story. I don't, y'all. I bet either if it wasn't another guy in that house, y'all, it had to be the friend helped them put them bodies out there. Y'all got to get these bodies up out of here. They got to go. These men can't breathe. There go another chair. Why they ain't just sit him in that chair right there? Because they were already gone. And their body was shutting down. But you lied and said you walked them to the door. I can't deal with this. So we're gonna this is how we're gonna live. This is how we're gonna do this. Where everybody show up on the news, this is how we're gonna do. Because if it was in a vice versa circumstances, it'd have been more evidence in this thing. The cars are still out there. You're gonna look out your front though. If you don't look out that kitchen window, you're gonna look out that side window, and then you're gonna say, oh, they ain't got that car. Yeah, that car, it is full of snow. They not gonna go home to their wives. You know they got wives and kids. You ought to been concerned. And I'm be saying that I'm used to people to coming on my house and leaving their cars and go switch up in cars like that, but not like this for no 3 days, even 2 days. They're gonna come back and get their car that night. I can't. It's just this one's supposed to happen, and in some jealousy in this. Was it, y'all? I'm just saying this allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly now. I'm about to say this. When I say this, I'm gonna say allegedly. Was it in it? Gay dudes in there. Allegedly. Was in it funny men's in there? It's just giving me the thought that somebody else was in that house. Did anybody try those men? Anything freaky happened? Something happened in there. Something happened. Something happened freaky. Because they freaked out. Was it in the women men's in there? Is it something happened that when it's something happened that was not supposed to happen in there? The men freaked out. And everybody did too.
Know from David Harrington's family that Harrington was found right there in that lawn chair. The other 2 men's bodies actually laying down on the ground. But look, you can.
I still can't get over that. Look, y'all, this man used to creating stuff in his house. See, anybody that keep their blinds shut, you see the curtain against the window. See the curtains. They closed, the curtain closed. Either I could easily close those curtains, uh, either something ain't right. Somebody in the neighborhood got a ring camera. I know y'all ring camera should have saw 3 men come out that front door. Y'all ring camera, I want to put on ring camera. Sometimes the ring cameras don't catch everything like across the street. Mine, I don't have mine set to catch the house across the street. So I couldn't see what was going on at that house over there. I have it for my yard, not for the set across the street. But I can still see, but it's not going to pick up nothing, okay? But I'm looking at curtains against that window. Y'all can't see. Let me put it focus. He got curtains on this one. This man ain't staying in that house by himself. That man ain't staying in his house. Where his daddy was when it happened? Where his friend? Where his buddies? Where his buddies?
See when I zoom in on this video, the 2 lawn chairs sitting right there.
I still say somebody else in that house. And why those 2 friends? Why them 3 friends? See, why sit the other one in a chair? One didn't have their coat on. They didn't have no clothes on. Let me say they didn't have their coat on. Let's see what else they got right here, y'all, so we can nitpick. Let's see what else. This good right here. Now we got to see where the prosecutor's gonna go with this. What are the prosecutors gonna say about this? Because it still can be a situation. We got to find out, Mr. Chemist, where they get it from, Mr. Man who left. Didn't nothing happen to you. 2:00 in the morning, them men supposed to be at home with their families. Got their family, they car crunk. I know their car could have cranked. The car was cranking when they got them to the house. Why didn't them married men and those family men didn't go home after the party? Why did they go home? What stopped them grown men from going home, y'all? And you know, you could tell they love their wives, they love their families. Because their family knew where they were. Now, where's the prosecutors gonna go with this? Where are they gonna go with this? That's what's next. Where are they going with this, y'all? They got to get some facts out of this. Because I'm gonna say it again. These things can happen to people, but not with the 3 that came together and the other 2 alive. And you gonna tell me they were sitting up watching? Why are they sitting up watching Jeopardy over that man's house? Y'all don't hear the fruitcake? Y'all don't hear this stuff? He making it sound like that. What's going on here? What we got going on right here? I'd be like, man, y'all gonna stay over here. I come back over here and get y'all. I come pick y'all up. That's fruity.
Right there on the patio, right? So that gives us some perspective of how David Harrington's body was found.
I was thinking about this. That's the kitchen window up high. Those chairs, one of them is kind of below the kitchen.
Why y'all keep saying high? The kitchen. Is this the kitchen window? Oh, y'all saying this the kitchen window right here? Wait up here? Let's say they talking about wait up here. My patio, my slide door in my kitchen. So I thought maybe they was calling this the kitchen window. Cause my slider, this man got all these, this man had all these windows. Mr. Kimmons would know how to do what to do with the body. He done did some research. He done did some researching. Okay, let's see what else they got on here, y'all.
Hey guys, so I
Three guys found dead outside of a friend's home.
Harrington, from Clayton McGee, and from Ricky Johnson.
Okay, look, y'all. Hold up. You got a 37-year-old, 36-year-old, and a 38-year-old. The youngest one was Clayton. Well, they really bad to bet. Okay. Look at this setup. How old is he? Mm. The friend against those three. Y'all know what it sound like. Mr. Kim is the dealer. And we came over here to get some. We came over here to try some, get some, so we take it back. Do these men sell? Are these men in that business? and usually big dogs make sure they test their information. I'm trying to watch the word that I'm using in this. They test their information. It seemed like they went over to the dealer house and got something and want to make sure that it works so they can take it back and get rid of it. Y'all hear what I'm saying in between there. And you know, you can go around so forth. They got that good, man. I'm telling you, that what they call that. They got that good. We're gonna take it with us. I know, but don't tell her we can't let her. We see. I say it again. They weren't intentional to be gone. It was too. It was too much for them. Too much for their system. And look, y'all. And if they was the kind of people that, straighten up their lives, they're gonna be like a new person starting out over again, and it's gonna react differently on their body, cause then they got a brand new system. So my thing is, you knew that they was new to this. They had no stop. But why are they over Mr. Kim's house? We got to think all kinds of ways, y'all. We got to think this way. I'd hate to think this way, but they all over Mr. Kim's house. They all over Mr. Kim's house. Grown men. They say other people's lives, so he won't give it to nobody else. They say he experienced something on these three men, and they weren't intended to be that way. So this is his experimental right here. He experimented on them to see how would it react on their bodies. And if they are dealers, slick dealers, I'm glad they got them before it got to other people in the streets. See what goes on in the dark come to the light. Let's listen to this.
After they'd all gone over to watch a Kansas City Chiefs game with them, and the living friend whose home they'd gone to apparently never contacted the police.
Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story. None of his friends, none of the families, none of us believe it. Only the police. Only the police are saying that there's no foul play. Only the police who contacted me today are saying that the story that is saying.
And she son Come on, y'all, show us some phone records. Please show us some phone records. Somebody had to call their wives and say, baby, I'm going to be a little late. Somebody had to communicate with their wives. They got phones. They got phones. Where the phone records? Can we get some phone records? Give us some more evidence to work with. The people can really solve these cases for y'all. Where are the phone records? Y'all ain't gonna tell me these men got kids. Y'all ain't gonna tell me they want to call. Most men to text, baby, I'll be there in a minute. I'm on my way, baby. Dear, I'm running late. Phone records is evidence showing us that he did try to reach out to them. Where our phone evidence? Guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna come up in court because the prosecution team got to build their evidence up. They got to build a proof. They got to prove this. And if they say too much on TV, y'all will mess up the investigation. It's going to come out in court. It's going to be a good old court. It ain't going to take no years and nothing like that. It's that the deliberation ain't going to be long. Because every family member is saying the same thing. But they look like to me they leaving something out. They saying that they used, but not like that. And then he ain't contact the police.
Results are currently pending, but as of now, police are saying there are no signs of foul play. John Pacerno, the attorney for the homeowner, what does he say happened here?
Well, at this time, he doesn't say anything different than what he's told police previously, that he has no knowledge of what happened to those young men after they left his home.
From one of the friends of one of the people who died, who said on Facebook, the man was inside his home alive while my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday.
What? He read messages that people were looking for them. You read mess? Are you serious? Y'all, the prosecution team gonna take that information up. Oh, I looked at the message, and what make you look at the Facebook? What make you look at the message in fact? Ooh, the prosecution team going. Oh, mm, mm. That's all I'm gonna say.
Husband banged on his door for 20 minutes. My friend banged on the door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in his hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. They didn't deserve
The man came to the door when the police came with a glass, a glass. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord. They don't came to the, y'all, I'm done with this. For today. I'm done with this for today. He don't came to the door with his box on with a glass of wine. This man still trying to feel good. Where the women at? Okay, then if it ain't no women, where the men's at? Where the men's at? If it ain't no women, where the men's at? Somebody want to something else. Let me go, let me stop.
your response.
Even if all of those things are true, that doesn't mean he had anything to do with what happened to those young men. There's nothing to indicate that Jordan had any involvement whatsoever in their deaths. But as far as my client being involved,
Nothing indicate that Jordan had. Now, that's Jordan House. That's Jordan House. That would freak me out. This man right here getting paid.
didn't have anything to do with their deaths. When
Wait a minute. Oh, have mercy, Jesus. Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
They were out there. He had no reason to go in the backyard. As you can see there, we've had recent snowstorms and that kind of thing. So he had absolutely no knowledge that they were out there. They were his friends. They were in his house.
So he didn't have no reason to go in the backyard. So they had reason to go in the backyard. Come on, attorney. He didn't have no reason to go in his backyard. But how did they end up in the backyard? Who let them out the door? How did them men get in his backyard, y'all? Without him showing them how to open up the door. This man, he don't even make sense.
If he had found them out there or if they were in danger, he would have called the police and tried to help them. He's a highly educated guy. He's a good guy. He has a full-time job. In no way would he try to harm his buddies.
Those friends had vehicles still in the driveway for 2 days after the game. So that's a hard one to sort of put my head around, because if he indeed is going out that front door to and from wherever he goes every day, isn't he calling the friends?
A highly educated man with 3 bodies in his backyard. And he walked them to the front door. So if he walked them to the front door, Jordan, why didn't they get in their car? If you walked them to the front door, why did they get in their car, Jordan? You should have looked out that window again and said, man, where they go? What happened to them? Because they didn't get in their car, but I walked them to the front door. But they didn't get in their car. What did they get in to? This don't even make sense.
They come get your cars. The families of those 3 men rightfully want more answers.
Yeah, it's a story that we really don't understand. It really doesn't make sense. And for full transparency, we've reached out to KCPD, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, and they seem to be bewildered too. They're at their best friend's house. So if they're at their best friend's house outside, if they get cold, theoretically, you'd think you could go inside of the home. But over the last weekend, a viewer sent us a tip, and there was a U-Haul outside of the home just this last weekend. So it begs the question, where is he? And the only person that can answer that is him right now. 3 guys found dead outside.
I'm about to clarify something.
From Clayton McGinney and from Ricky Johnson.
After they'd all gone over to watch a Kansas City Chiefs game with him, and the living friend whose home they'd gone to apparently never contacted the police.
Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story. None of the families, none of us believe it. Only the police. Only the police are saying that there's no foul play. Only the police who contacted me today are saying that the story that is saying is
The
makes
autopsy
sense.
results are currently pending, but as of now, police are saying there are no signs of foul play. John Pacerno, the attorney for the homeowners, what does he say happened here?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to hear him. Hold on. I got to hear him one more time. I know y'all don't heard it, but I got to hear him one more time. I got to strike him. Hold on, y'all. Let me be.
Different than what he's told police previously, that he has no knowledge of what happened to those young men after they left his home.
One of the friends of one of the people who died, who said on Facebook, the man was inside his home alive while my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday. My husband banged on his door for 20 minutes. My friend banged on the door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside, and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in his hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. They didn't deserve this. Your response?
See, he said that.
Once they were out there, he had no reason to go in the backyard. As you can see there.
He said that they didn't. They went out the front though. And y'all, I'm gonna go back through this again. If they went out the front though, why is their car still sitting in the driveway? If they went out the front though, that's all I'm saying. If they went out the front though, why are their car still sitting in front of his house? Now your client don't make sense.
Snowstorms, and that kind of thing. So he had absolutely no knowledge that they were out there. They were his friends. They were at his house socializing. If he had found them out there or if they were in danger, he would have called the police and tried to help them. He's a highly educated guy. He's a good guy. He has a full-time job. In no way would he try to harm his buddies.
Those friends had vehicles still in the driveway
Thank you.
after the game. So that's a hard one to sort of put
That's right.
out because if he indeed is going out that front door to and from wherever he goes every day, isn't he calling the friends to say, come get your cars? The families of those three men rightfully want more answers.
Yeah, it's a story that we really don't understand. It really doesn't make sense. And for full transparency, we've reached out to KCPD, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it like this with uh foul play. Foul play all over this thing. Foul play. Foul play. They got set up. They got set up. You got three. We need to find out who arrived at the house first, who was there when they got there, after they got there. They saw something. They know something that Jordan Willis and the other dude knew. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.